All right, so this is our first one. So don't tell me out loud. You are going to write it down on your dry erase board. So look up how many are here. 4. Don't tell me. Just write it down. I am so impressed with how they have done wearing the face masks. I was nervous because a couple weeks before we started, when we were preparing to come back in person, I had the students wear their masks for morning meeting and closed meeting, and it was a lot of, why are we wearing our masks? Do we have to keep it on? I want to take it off. Just explaining to them, like, we need to keep it on so we can come back to school and be safe. And I'm so impressed. There's reminders of pulling their mask up to put it over their nose, but they've adapted great to the face masks. It's just like another part of them. And then the socially distance, it's hard, but I just keep reminding them, like, if we want to be in person, we have to keep our space. Remember, hold up your number. Hold up your board so I can see it. Do you have it on for that? So then how many ones are there? Normally, I would have the students, their desks in groups. Groups of maybe 3 or 5, have 2 groups that way. So this way they can see each other, they can interact that way. Well, they needed to be socially distant. So trying to develop a way that they would be able to stay in their own space. That was spacing out the desks and then putting the squares down on the floor. So they knew, okay, this is my space. I have to stay in my space. I can't go in other people's spaces. It's a challenge because they still want to get right next to their friends and, just reminding them, hey, we need to keep our distance, stay in your square. We used to share everything. I would just keep crayons and markers and different papers and dry erase boards, but now each individual student has to have their own thing. So prepping those for all of the students, making sure they all have the same things, so they all have the same materials. 90. 92. So how many 10s do we need? 9. And Kevin, how many 1s do we need? 2. Show me. Having them sit at my table and be able to, even though it's socially distant, be right there, me being able to show them things and being with their peers. Through a video screen, it's super hard for them to get that connection.